What's up guys, I'm Tim with BleepinJeep. Does your Jeep make this sound? Well, if it does, it might be your blower motor. I've had a broken squirrel cage on the blower motor in my Jeep for quite some time now, and twice a year it seems like for the last 3 years maybe. I've taken this thing out and I've glued it back together with JV weld, and I've tried to tie it up with baling wire, and it's always worked for a little while, but ultimately it breaks. Well, a lot of people make fun of me for being cheap, but I like to try to fix things whenever possible. And I've finally given up on this, and I have a brand new blower motor and squirrel cage assembly to install so my heater works. First, before I show you the new one, let me show you what the Jeep is doing as is with the current one that's in there. And if you have this sound coming from your vehicle, you very well could have the same problem. So let's take a look. Alright, so I just fired up the Jeep. Turn the heater on, doesn't matter what settings, it's just the blower fan that we're after. So see if you can hear this. Alright, so let's take a look at the outside. I'm going to turn this off so you can hear me. Okay, well, I'm quite sure that you were able to hear that. So what it is the squirrel cage on the blower motor. It's down deep in here underneath all this stuff, and basically you'll see here in a second, but the squirrel cage is cracked. So the heater works fine on the slowest setting, even the number 2 position. But when you put it on full blast, that squirrel cage expands because of the crack and starts rubbing everything in its little compartment, making that awful slapping sound. And it's actually been far worse than that before, so it could fail completely and just blow apart in there. Now, if you have a Jeep Cherokee, you probably don't necessarily have one of these right here. This is part of a rough country light box kit or light switch kit. It has switches in the Jeep and then a relay box out here. And this is actually meant for the JK, but it mounted perfectly right in this spot and fits. Has a cover and everything. Basically, I'm just removing this, getting it out of the way, and if you have some kind of stuff here, you're definitely going to have to move it as well. We need as much room in this vicinity as we can get. The actual blower motor is that black star looking thing down there, and this is what typically your Cherokee is going to look like without any of that aftermarket stuff. And basically that thing needs to unbolt and come out. And all this AC stuff, if you have AC, is in the way. Fortunately for me, this isn't pressurized anymore. There's nothing in it. The system's been evacuated. The AC does not work in this Jeep. Alright, so I have some stuff zip tied together here just to hold things in place. So I need to cut those zip ties out of here. Now, I don't remember what the stock configuration is like, but it's probably not zip tied together. So basically we're just trying to gain access to here. Let me just cut all this out of the way. No, I'm kidding. Basically we need to gain access down there to that clip right in the center of frame, and once we pull that off, we can move this whole shebang out of the way a little bit, and this hard line is all connected ultimately to a soft hose, so we actually have a lot of flexibility once we get that clip off. Now, like I said, this Jeep doesn't have anything in the AC system, but if your Jeep does have AC and is pressurized, you would be leaking your coolant, your refrigerant as soon as you pull that out, and that would not be good. So you may want to go to a shop and have them properly evacuate your AC system before doing this if you have AC. So this part of your AC system right here in this canister has a bolt that bolts it to a bracket right in the center of frame there, and all we have to do is take out that one bolt and this whole canister will pull out. The other 2 bolts, there's one there and one down there. You could do that and remove the whole bracket from the firewall if you needed the extra room, but I think we'll be able to get by with just taking the one out. We'll get that later. Alright, so it's loose enough. Should be able to pull this right out of there. A couple O-rings, nice and snug. That wasn't too bad. Move all this right out of the way, wherever it wants to go. Gosh, I should just leave that off since it doesn't even work. Okay, so that's that clamp and the 5/16 bolt goes down there. This goes around the bottom of that canister. This is the wire for my CV. That's fine there, not in the way. All right, so that gives us quite a lot of room, as you can see, just by moving that. That was one bolt to get that out of the way. We have one plug right here. That thing's usually pretty loose. Just a real simple connector. It's hard to reach, but I should be able to wiggle this thing right out of there. Maybe it's a 2-finger kind of job. Alright, pull that right out. Simple 2-prong connector. Back the camera up so you can see where we're at. Just pulled that out, so now all we have to do is remove 3 bolts. They look like they're probably also 5/16, and this thing will come right out. So I have 2 of the 3 5/16 screws out. And the third one is kind of a task to get. Now if you have a 5/16 deep socket, it's probably not a big deal. Somehow I don't have one. And the reason it's a chore is because, pull this out of the way here, hopefully you can see. Oh, the socket went somewhere. That bolt, bear with me here. If you try to get a socket on there with a straight shot, it's obscured by the sheet metal on the firewall. So it's just a little bit tough to get in there. Now I can get the socket on by itself, so I'm going to try to get the socket on and then put the 3/8 drive wrench on the socket just about halfway engaged. Dang! Well, about 2 minutes away from an auto parts store that would sell a 5/16 deep socket for a couple bucks. I'm going to make this work. Okay, that socket's on there. Sorta sideways. Come on. Just can't quite get it. Alright, I gotta try something else. I have some quarter drive stuff. Maybe I have the right socket. Boom, there we go. That's the ticket. 3/8 to quarter drive adapter to 5/16 socket. Nice and slim. Now that should just drop right on there. Oh my gosh, the socket still isn't deep enough. Alright, I got it. This thing's actually, I was able to break it loose with my hand just by hanging onto the socket from this thing vibrating. All these screws are just a touch loose. Alright, so it's out of there somewhere. Find that later. Now we should be ready to negotiate this thing out of here. I think it just comes straight out. Little finagle. Oh, I've had you out of here before. Come on. Come on, squirrel cage. Oh yeah. Aha. Aha. So this thing has seen better days, as you can tell. It's cracked right over here, zip tied together, which they've become loose, and JB welded. And this is where it was failing, obviously, now that I see it. And that has cracked. I tried to wrap it up with wire, but that wasn't enough. The other thing is too, if you repair only one side of this, then it's out of balance, and when it spins, it causes havoc. All right, let's put this on the bench and take a look at this unit compared to the replacement. Brand new, unopened, straight from Amazon itself. Replacement blower motor. What a weird looking box. Hopefully it's awesome. So I like awesome things. Okay, well, adequately packaged, that's for sure. Looks similar. This one is wide open right in here. This is the original unit, I'm sure. This one's got this big old doohickey, whatever. The fins themselves on the OE unit are definitely thicker. These have a little more curve. What else can I tell you? It says Jeep Cherokee. That's good. Connector looks correct. Flip this around. Match them up here. Yeah. Looks like it'll work. They're about the same size. Yeah. Same size. Cool. Well, let's plug it in and see what it does. Now, before you install that new unit, if you want to try to get in there and clean that hole out, this would definitely be the time to do it. I don't have much debris in mine, so I doubt you would either. It's possible, though, if you do some real deep mud holes or water crossings, that you have some dirt and stuff in there. So you might take some compressed air and just try to blow that out, or maybe a shop vac and suck out anything that's in there. That'll do. With a clean hole, ready to stick this new blower motor in. Just try to snake it down in here. And I need to get some dielectric grease. I'm a big fan of dielectric grease for electrical connections, because not only does it protect your electrical connections from moisture and water getting into them, which can be a real thing with these Jeeps and how we use them, but also when you go to take connectors off later, your prongs are all greased up and it just makes life so much easier. But I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to neglect to do that, and I think the world will keep on turning. Alright, I guess that's it. Hopefully it's on right, otherwise this might spin backwards. That'd be cool. Okay, now we just have to finagle this thing in. Man, they could have, when they designed this firewall, they could have just made this lip a hair bigger. This would be easy to get in. It's not super difficult, it's just needlessly cumbersome. There we go. Okay, that is in. Time to put the screws back into place and reassemble all this junk as we disassembled it. Something I'm going to do, which I didn't mention, is I'm going to turn it on and fire this thing up. I don't even necessarily need to start the engine, but I'm just going to turn on forward, make sure the unit turns on and that it's blowing the right direction and all that stuff. Because I would hate to reassemble all this and have something not work. Moment of truth. There it is. Got air coming out of the vents. Nice and quiet. Let's take a look out here. Jeez, is that quiet or what compared to how it was? Holy cow. No crazy vibrations like I had before. Nice and quiet. Sweet. Alright, I'm going to finish putting this all back together. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you learned something, and if you did, be sure to thumbs up, like, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in following me, I am on Instagram now at BleepinJeepTim. I post all sorts of weird stuff on there, and it's a good way to be more interactive with you guys. The blower motor I put in this, it was just one off Amazon that I bought. At the time of this video, I paid $42 for it, and we'll put a link below. I can't tell you it's the best one, but it had the best price to stars ratio, so went with it. Seems to be good. And yep. All right. See you guys in the next video.